Welcome back to another episode of Grand Tactician the Civil War. This is our CSA campaign with the early start from February 1861. The date is July the 21st, 1862. And let's crack straight on with this campaign. We've just fought a nice big battle here at Cairo, Illinois, and given the Union a damn good thrashing. So they're going to be pulling out of there, and we should take possession of that. Then we'll see what the Union does. If you're new here, please subscribe, check out the channel, see what if you like what you see, come back for more, and watch the other videos that are on here. We've got a few series on the go, and already completed a few series of Grand Tactician as well. But like I say, this is episode 17 of this series now, and we're going to crack straight on with it. Quick look at the front lines, much the same as at the end of the last episode. We've got a few little bits that we need to fill in here, which I don't really understand why this is under Union control, but we'll find out. We've taken some ground in Missouri. There are still lots and lots of Union troops in Missouri, particularly in the north of Missouri and around St. Louis. So that's something we're going to have to deal with. Let's see where this guy retreats to. So let's just get started right away and press play. An issue we've got is our credit rating on BBB minus. Oh, it's just gone up to BBB actually, so it's not too bad. Our national morale's bumped back up to 88. We're struggling a little bit with private wealth, but we are working on that, so let's see how that goes. So it looks like he is retreating up towards St. Louis initially. Looks like he's just going straight past our New Orleans squadron. I mean, realistically, the New Orleans squadron would have stopped them from just pulling out up the river, I mean. But it doesn't quite work like that. Alright, so anyway, so we're going to spread our guys out a little bit here. Zollicoffer, Van Dorn on this side of the river. So we're going to move them forward. But Donaldson, I'm going to pull him back into supply in this region of Tennessee. I think it's Tennessee, or is it Kentucky? It's actually Kentucky. Yeah, so Missouri. We've sent Cheatham and his corps up here just to take possession of these depots, but there are somewhere in the region of 50,000 Yankees up here, I would say. So if they come down, we will have to pull out with him. But basically, we just wanted the supply. There's a hospital up here as well, which we'll be benefiting from. If we do end up having to pull out, I'll try and burn down these depots, and just to give him some more issues. We're keeping back. We've got a fort here, Fort Rogers, with about 3,000 men. But, I mean, player-built forts are not that good in this game. Arkansas district with 5,500 men. Basically what we want some time to take over. We want the finances to work themselves out and be a bit more stable. We want some better weapons, which we have got on order, but obviously they haven't arrived yet. So we've knocked the Army of Tennessee off into Missouri. They're going to struggle with supply here. We're capturing Cairo, which is all good. Donaldson's going to have to come back here and supply, because this one little depot is not going to be able to cope with all these troops. Let's speed things up slightly. We've got a few buildings that we're constructing and they're almost done. That should help with our supply issues and maybe even the private capital issue we've got. Another city falls. I guess that's... is that here? Does it tell us which city it is? I really don't know. Capture the third major city in the Union heartlands. I'm not sure which city that was. They've taken Evansville back. Oh yeah, it must be Cairo. It's just flipped. Donaldson's actually, he's picked up supply anyway. So we've got Zollicoffer and Van Dorn encamped here at Cairo. But we do need some weapons for these guys. We need to let them have a little rest and get some more supply in. Here's Mississippi squadrons right here. Now, every time I've engaged the Union Navy, we've been absolutely gypped. So, I mean, they've got 52 guns and 11 ships. What do we got? 9 guns and 64 ships. Now, if we just bump straight into them and disintegrate with a New Orleans squadron, I'm going to be really pissed off. But, I don't know. Maybe we will. But maybe we'll not let that happen just yet. I'm going to keep the New Orleans squadron here for now. But, on the flip side, now we've got another Union force here in Missouri to go along with all the other thousands and thousands of Missouri troops. Union troops that are in Missouri. I mean, there's so many. That's just a tiny army up here. There are thousands up here, and I think there's some around St. Louis as well. So the question is, do we push up with the Army of Mississippi and take St. Louis and keep the Trans-Mississippi Army in place right here? and then come up and support? Or does the Army of Mississippi push up and help the Army of Tennessee? Because we are facing substantial enemy numbers in this area. Oh, another perk. We'll go with Field Telegraph. Alright, so we've got this little force down here, the Florida Corps. It's going to have about 5,000 men once it gets its reinforcements in. We're just building little telegraphs with those guys and just kind of dottering about. So what I thought I'd do, let's just have a double check this map again. Oh, this is actually all turned red. I was going to say we're going to pop up here and capture this little blue area, but it's no longer blue. So that's alright, we'll just keep these guys here. We're waiting on some more infantry to arrive. 37 days for those guys from the Indian Territory. Again, no weapons to give out. We're back to 93 national morale. So I guess we've gone up, yeah, capture forts and towns +5. So that's given us a nice bump in national morale. And he is around 40, so, I mean, it's not good, but not as bad as it had been. He's got about 60,000 more men than us. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the fleets. Building a few more ships. They're going to be ages, really, though. Not sure where the schooners come from. Just a little note that in the coming days, if you're watching these live, obviously, then there might be a little bit less content from next Sunday because we are away on a little holiday vacation kind of thing for a few days. I'll try and catch up a bit and schedule some videos. I usually have videos scheduled, but I haven't had this week. I've just been kind of making them per day. So if you're watching it live, it's likely I've recorded this video on the very day you're watching it. If you're watching it, I don't know, 6 months from now, then obviously it makes no difference. Yep, okay, so they're building another depot up here. I wonder if we should just push up with Zollicoffer and Van Dorn. Keep Donaldson down here, maybe. If we push up and do that. That could be... It could be something to do. Right, where's our Pioneer Corps? We've got these guys. I mean, they're called the Eastern Pioneers, but they're just pioneers. They can go anywhere. I'm going to send these guys up here. I'm going to build a fort on the river. Right here. So we're going to build a fort on the river right up here. So I'd move the Army of the Northwest forward slightly to have a look what's at Marietta. And it's the Army of Ohio with 18,000 men and 90 guns. Now, we've got 15,000 men and 35 guns. I'm not sure I want to risk them in a fight against those kind of numbers in Ohio. I think we're going to pull them back. It doesn't make sense to do that. We passed the Tariff Act, so we're going to lose some support here. But we're still at 52%. I mean, I don't know if that's actually gone on yet. Waynesboro factories and Jackson factory. So a couple of new factories done. Again, I would really like it if you just double clicked and it would take you there, but it doesn't quite do that. Let's have a quick look at this. We're also upgrading the bank at New Orleans. We've only got one. We've got a few brickworks. I'm building another couple. So hopefully that'll also help to alleviate that private wealth problem. Farms. We've got lots of farms. Foundries. Now, we don't have very many foundries. Workforce 11. That doesn't sound like very many. We've got Augusta Foundries, we've got the Catherine Furnace, we've got the Cumberland Furnace, we've got Jones, McElwain and Co. at Memphis. So we've got a few furnaces. Foundries, sorry. Ironworks. We've got a bunch of ironworks around the place. I've still got a bit of a cold, so I apologise if I sound a bit funny or I have to clear my throat occasionally. I can't edit them all out. Most of the pity. Hospital. Now, I didn't know we could check the hospitals on here, but that's actually pretty good to know. So we've got a bunch of hospitals around the place. Factories. We don't have millions of factories, but we do have some factories. So this is the new one, Jackson Factory and the Waynesboro Factory. Hopefully they will help to alleviate some of our problems. markets. We've got markets all over the place. Workforce 0. Maybe they don't need a workforce. I don't know. Value 0. I don't like the look of all these zeros. But I don't know if maybe that's just the way the markets are. Mines. We've got a few mines. Not really lots, but a few. Gold mines at Shreveport. Cool. Coal mines. Coal mines. Niter. Limestone niter caves. Alright. And we're also making niter from this place. From the coal mines. Alright. So the Montgomery coal mines make niter. The limestone niter caves also make niter. Well, that makes sense, but sure, those ones do, but I don't know, I'm not bothered. It's fine by me. So we've got 2 places to make niter. What's this one? Salt, right. Iron mine. I think this is our only iron mine. Knoxville, Tennessee. So I'm going to upgrade that mine. If I can find it. Oh, is that it? Yep. Let's go and upgrade that. It's going to be expensive, but I feel like since it's the only one we've got, we're going to bump it up. Right. Railroads. We are building a railroad. I think we're building this one. We could also build the Cumberland Gap Railroad, but 703 days. So, I mean, chances are that that's not going to be even done before the campaign's over. Maybe I'll leave it for now and wait till the other one's done. Let's crack on. Oh yeah, the Tariff Act's done. So the next thing we're going to go for is support Mexican intervention, maybe? Would lose 50% recruits in Texas, improve European relations again. Would also increase national morale for the Union. Would get French arms available for import. Well, actually, we don't really need those. We've got access to plenty of weapons. Bounties. Volunteer morale, -5. Number of volunteers plus 25%. So we get a few extra guys. Or we could go for a conscription act, which lowers national morale slightly, increases the rate of replacements. Now, I don't want to use draftees where I can help it, but it also increases the contracts of everyone to 3 years. So I think this is the logical one to go with next. Even though it's going to drop our national morale slightly, but I think that'll be okay. So we're going to go with that. I'm not actually going to use draftees though, if I can help it. I've already set this up. So my guys are set for volunteers only. Yeah, all these units are volunteers. Well, I mean, some of the forts aren't, but the vast majority are volunteers only. Yeah, they're all done. Okay, so I don't want draftees in armies if I can help it. I may recruit the odd unit with draftees or start bringing in reinforcements if we need to, but that's like very much only if we need to, because it does hammer your national morale if you use too many troops up, if you draft too many people. Plus, unwilling soldiers are not desirable, really. You want volunteers in your armies, not drafted men. I mean, obviously, if you can't help it, then you've got to get them in. So, I moved the Third Corps up here because I was going to have an attack into Maryland, but I'm not going to press the attack just now. We may save this for 1863, depending on what the Union does here. But I want to see if we can stabilize things in our lands, in our territory. Because the financial side of things is not very good. And it's fallen. We're on BBB minus now. It might be that we need to invest less money in this even. We could do with some logistics reforms because our spending on the army upkeep is pretty damn high. But the option hasn't come up. Alright, let's speed this up. I'm going to press price up a little. I'm going to have a look what's there. See if we can see anything. The reserve corps is going to come forward to Rolla. But we're going to leave the Arkansas district, guys. It's only 5,000, so if somebody pushes down here in force, you know, then that is going to be a real problem. Got a whole bunch of things ready here. National Bowling Green Mills. Cumberland Swingbridge Farms. So we've got farms and mills ready. Pretty cool. Again, hopefully this will help to alleviate some of the problems we've got. I don't know if it will, but it might. I doubt it's going to make things any worse. Surely Missouri, St. Louis isn't empty. Let's find out. Western Army preparing for siege, but there's nothing here to siege. Glorious victory at St. Louis. 45th Army, what? Alright, well, I didn't see anything there. We lost 51 men. But, you know, that's alright. I think now we're capturing St. Louis. I didn't see any of his army. I didn't see a fort. I'm not sure what exactly they were sieging, but, you know. So his army, Tennessee, has just popped up here. How they got there, I don't know. 45th Army just appeared here. Army of Michigan teleporting around up here as well. We've got some plains rifles ready. That's nice, so let's get them out. So Van Dorn, his corps is probably armed the best out of these guys. These 3 corps. That's not to say they're armed well, but I think they're armed the best. We can give a couple of these plains rifles out, then that's nice. At least we've got a couple of rifle armed units in. So I'm going to move Van Dorn up slightly. I want to see if we can meet the army of Michigan. I'm baffled by these guys here. I don't know where they've come from, but they retreated from here. I've never seen them anywhere on the river or anything, so God knows. We've got some more stuff ready here. Murfreesboro Market. Mobile Market. And the Decatur Market. So just a few markets. Hopefully that'll help things out. We've got Bragg and his pioneers here. I'm going to build a fort on the river right here. And I think that's going to be a nice, handy place to have a fort. I know they're expensive, but it does stop river movement. I would like to order some more weapons, but, I mean, our money situation is really bad. We've got some on order already, but we could do some more guns. We've got nothing, really. Couple of weeks and we'll have some more weapons at least. 2-3 weeks, a little bit longer for the Richmond rifles. Mississippi's 12 day. We have 10,000 Mississippis in 12 days. That's a good little haul. But yes, we've got hardly any artillery. But actually, we've got 3,600 Springfield, so at least we can replace somebody's mixed muskets here. That's surely, yeah. Van Dorn's off into combat, but he hasn't got any mixed muskets. I think Donaldson's corps is the worst armed. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright, let's go and give him some Springfield muskets. Better than mixed muskets, at least. There you are, mate. Let's see if we can get this little battle going up here. And if we do, then I'll probably call it a day at the end of that battle. Just going to be a short episode, this one. And let's hope these numbers are accurate, because I think we can take on 14,000. They must be brand new troops as well. We've taken St. Louis. The Army of Tennessee has not moved against us. There's supplies here. There's a big factory here as well. So I'm gonna move the Western Army up to make sure they're in range of these supplies so they can restock. And then the plan will be to hold St. Louis. I'm going to move the Reserve Corps up to give him a hand. Because I suspect the Union are going to come. Meagher withdrawn. The Army of Michigan is pulling out, so he didn't fancy that. Let's pursue him up to Salem. I'm not sure if we'll be able to use the rail. Probably not. Okay, then. Let's get the Reserve Corps up here. Not marching, get on the train. I guess we aren't able to use the rail. I'm going to set him to Raiden. Right, so nice. He's managed to pick up new supplies and he's almost full. That's the first time in a long time that we've had enough supplies. The reserves are moving up. They're almost going to be in range. I think they might be in range for this battle if we need... I mean, we probably don't need them, actually. Let's see if we can force a battle here. While we're at it, actually, let's just have a quick look. Oh, we've got some projects. Let's see what's available first. Trade warfare, recruit agents. I don't really want to do either of those, so let's just leave them. Let's see if those weapons have arrived yet. 8 days. No, so not quite. Just checking to see if anything else is going on. It can be quite easy to get zoned into a place in this game. Like I'm focusing on Missouri, then you kind of lose out on what's happening everywhere else. Our ships are not quite ready. Almost. Price's army is pretty much a veteran army, I would say. They've been fighting a lot of battles, so... Maybe not veteran, but definitely experienced. Quite well armed as well, on the whole. Well, just when I say that, mixed muskets. So Frost's division is not well armed. Smith's guys. That's the reserve corps. Yeah, they're alright, actually. Not amazing, but definitely not bad. Cheatham. He's alright as well. Again, not amazing, but he's okay. So they're actually building a depot here, so that means that they've got troops here, probably substantial troops. Let's wait and see what happens with this battle. I want Price in an offensive stance. Yeah, so the reserve corps is in range. We're going to well outnumber him again, and Henry Whiting once again. A pretty small force that we've already whipped once. We're going to fight this battle, and then that'll be it for the episode. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, so again, we outnumber him 2-1. I should have just auto-resolved it, but I feel like it would probably rip you if I did. Let's see if we can work this. Well, we're actually on the defensive as well. Jeez. Let's see if we can work this and annihilate him. Oh, that was loud. It's terrible weather for fighting. Thunderstorm with 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Let's take a look. Pretty grim terrain as well. Where's the Union coming in from? One of these places. So, to the west of the map anyway. Alright, well, I mean, and we're just going to form up. I'll do the deployment and I'll see you in a minute. So we've got a really grim thunderstorm on the go here. Really grim. We're going to set up some defenses. It's difficult to get a shot on here for our guns, so the woods are a bit in the way. I don't want to really deploy up on this mountain because I think the chances are he's just going to avoid that. I mean, I would if I was him. He's going to come straight down this road, I would think. And we're going to slam into him somewhere around here. Alright then, so we're going to go with a really simple defensive line. We're spread out a little bit, maybe a little bit more than we want to be, but it's okay, it's fine. The only placement I'm not too happy with is Hindman's guns, but I can't find anywhere for them to go where they're going to get a better shot. So let's go through the dispositions really quickly here. We've got McCulloch's division, 2 units in breastworks. Wheat's brigade, McNair's brigade. McIntosh on the flank, kind of just watching here. We've got some guns from the cavalry brigade division just behind them. Nice 14-pounder rifle, so they're going to hopefully be able to join into the battle. Then we've got Steele and his 3 brigades of cavalry just kind of in reserve. We've got Frost in reserve behind the guns. Hindman's guns in the centre. We've got Walker's division guarding this kind of central left flank, all in breastworks. Then we've got Smith's guys. Wheeler's division and Breckinridge's division. Guns attached to both divisions and formed up in defences. So let's see what the AI does. And we're going to start the battle now. We're starting the fight at 1 a.m. The Battle of Franklin, Missouri, 1862, August the 15th. speed it up. While I'm here, I'm going to detach these guys. It's just the Cavs artillery, which I don't really want moving if I move the guys. Same with... Actually, another thing we're going to do long-range orders. I prefer to have my guys on long-range orders. It just feels more secure. Especially as most of our guys here are armed with rifles. Not all of them, but most of them. I'm also going to detach these guns. And these guns. That way, if I want to move en masse with infantry, it's not going to move the artillery with them. Some of these dudes, like Armistead's brigade, are quite well experienced. They did lose a lot of men in the last battle, so they still haven't recovered from that. Oh, McCulloch's got a perk. Go with sharpshooters. Oh, here they come. Yeah, they're coming straight into the centre here. I turned the volume down actually, so I didn't even hear it because of the thunder being so loud. So he's coming straight for our centre here. I'm going to bring up this brigade onto this fence actually, and that'll be quite handy. All that fire, only 80 casualties, right? So it seems to me Smith's guys will not be needed here on that flank. So once this battle starts properly, once the fight starts properly, we're going to push them in. I'm tempted to move the artillery in, but no. Because they're going to have to either go through the back, through these woods, and by the time they get anywhere, they'll be exhausted. This is a decent grand battery, 53 guns, under Heinemann, pounding away. Howitzers, Napoleons, James rifles, more Napoleons. I'm going to divert the James rifles to counter battery fire. I'd like them to start firing at those guys. And actually the howitzers as well. Oh, actually here comes his infantry. I'm going to press Wheeler's division in. This is where our rifles are starting to tell. Ripping straight into them. I'm going from expert skirmishers. I've never done that before. I'm actually going to send his skirmishers out. Our skirmishers are actually going to break here. Okay. Looks like both sets of skirmishers are about to break. So Wheeler's division's on the move here. I'm going to move the guns actually onto this hill. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a shot off, but let's try it. We'll limber them up. If we don't try, we'll not know, so we might as well have a go. There's something with Edward Johnson's skirmishers. Every time I get them out, they never follow the orders. I'm telling them to go and fire at that, but they will not do it. Oh, our skirmishers are routed. They just will not follow any orders. I don't quite understand how these guys only suffered 30 casualties. That's one of his brigades broken here. Oh, it's a detachment. Well, the other brigade's about to be broken. Those skirmishers here are still fighting. Unbelievable. 50 casualties now. I feel like they're pretty much almost done for. It felt like a half-hearted attack from the Union here. We're going to really press the attack here. Nice. We are smashing these guys. So I mean, realistically, they would have no chance of escape down this road since we've got 2 brigades behind them, 5,000 men. Really, he's broken. Well, they're pulling out. I'd like to take these guys prisoner because, like, I don't see how they can just teleport past our men. But it's just one of those things that constantly happens in this game, and it's annoying. Nothing? Like, nothing at all. I mean, really, our cavalry should be riding these guys down, but it's just not happening. I've actually got a perk. I think that's actually the first time I've ever seen had a perk with cavalry. Expert scouts, no. Cold steel. Melee strength plus 10%. Mounted rifles. Stormers. I'm going to go for cold steel. I really don't see how we can't just carry on fighting. Why is this stupid magic timer got to end? I mean, we are in a great position here to chase down and finish these guys off. You can't tell me that this 1st Cavalry Brigade will be able to get out of this. Yep, so they're just away. Down the road, straight towards our men, but no surrender, just teleportation. And I know they've got horses, but, you know, let's be realistic here. Forget it. So we're charging these guys from every direction. And nothing. Surely they've got to surrender. Nope. No surrender. No nothing. They've just disappeared. I think we killed them all or they surrendered. We'll find out at the end, I suppose. $8,000 casualties. Yep, pretty grim for them. A major Confederate victory. We only lost 800 men, so they lost 10 times our number. I would say Henry Whiting deserves to be fired. He should either have performed better or pulled out, one or the other. But he did neither and got his arse kicked. Colonel Griffiths has fallen in disgrace. I think that's right. He's performed really bad twice in a row now. His men running away with barely suffering any casualties. So I think we're going to get Colonel Griffiths out of his command. Very poor performance. Glorious victory at Franklin. Battle of Franklin's ended with the army of the Tennessee retreating in panic. Total victory. The enemy suffered 8,000 casualties, 900 killed, 1,800 captured. Morale nervous. We lost 860 men. Captured 5,000 rifles and 8 guns. 8 guns? So a quick look at the weapons. Did we capture anything worth mentioning? We've got 2,000 Springfield rifle muskets. Excellent. Looks like that's about it. Oh, and some Springfield muskets as well. So we've got some weapons at least. That's not bad. We haven't got enough to give out to anyone. So our commanders are looking pretty good here. Heinlein hasn't improved. I thought he would. Griffiths, he doesn't look that bad. I mean, he doesn't look amazing, obviously, but he doesn't look bad. But I'm going to get rid of him. See if we've got someone with cavalry experience. Marmaduke? Alright, let's go with him. No increase for Beauregard. Nothing new for Smith as far as I can see. And there was nothing new for Price either. Alright. So, we're still fighting around St. Louis. We know there are enemy troops dotted around Missouri, the northern part and the northwest section. So we will have to clear those guys out or just live with them being there. But that's not really an option since they can then push down into Arkansas, which is obviously not what we want. Yeah, so things are looking okay. The main problem is finances, of course. Yeah, finances is always a problem. Just letting time run a little bit there. I just wonder if anything has changed in terms of fame, but I don't think so. Sometimes it doesn't take effect until you change, until you forward time a little, but I don't think anything's different. Nope. Our guy's looking good. Everything is looking in order. Van Dorn's on the rampage here, burning down Illinois. This bit is a bit of a concern to us because they have a lot of troops here. Kentucky Army and the Mississippi Army, so there's like about 70 or 80,000 men there. However, his national morale is almost done. He's at 34. The war is coming to a close, I think. I can't remember. Break national morale. If it's below 25, right? So if we get his morale below 25, then that's it for the war. We are done and dusted with it. So he needs to pull his finger out and get something done. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. If you did like it, do leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of it, and subscribe if you like this sort of content. There's regular content on this channel. I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. I'll catch you later. Ta-ra for now.